Hey, it's Ninja Boy. Welcome back once again to Retro Revenge. On this episode, I'm looking at Excitebike. It is one of my all-time favorite games growing up, and it's one of those games that you think is hard when you're growing up, but it's really not, where all you have to do is kind of pay attention to your temperature at the bottom and kind of go up and down to avoid different obstacles and hit these arrows to avoid overheating your bike or crashing, because that is another thing that will happen. So, and then you have these ramps which will ramp you even further ahead, and there we go. Mud puddles, which will slow you down, the lap number 1. This is a game which I adored growing up, which as a kid I thought was like super difficult, but it's really not. It is really not that hard. Anyway, and get there, spring forward, because that is what those little ramps do. There we go. And yeah, so as you can see, that hitting the mud puddles slows you down. Yep. Best time, more your time, ranking 1. Try the next track. So, it's really just one of those, you go as fast as you can, you have a time to get under, but it's not really all too difficult to do. You have a simple leaning forward, simple leaning back type of thing to try and deal with those. And depending on where you actually crash on the track, depends on how far you actually get flung off, which is kind of disappointing, but not really much you can do about it. And I am not doing all too well on this track here, but you know, not really that big of a deal, big of a concern. I believe it is up here. No, it is down there, and then this one should be at the top. There we go. Good enough for me. There we go. Yeah, those arrows, all they do is make sure that your temperature doesn't go up severely. Okay, do that, and finish. And I still finished under the ranking time. So yes, fun game. It's one of those games that I would recommend anyone just to pick up and try it, just for the fact of how even though it's so basic, it's one of those games that doesn't feel that basic, and there we go. So that was crashed at the top. Oh man, this game brings back memories of frustration. Yep. And I believe if you actually crash your bike, let me crash my bike on purpose, and you go off the track, you can spam A or B or one of the buttons, and we'll get back to your bike faster. You want to try and avoid the grass. It slows you down along with the mud puddles and essentially everything else. But let's see, A, B, start, select. Does that work? No, it does not. Let me reset the game really quick. Along with the actual racing, there's a design which is insane. This actually had its own level editor, and I think I completely messed that up by not selecting the right one. There we go. Design! So, you have different options. You can move forward, you can place new obstacles, whatever obstacle you want, And for the time, this was the coolest thing ever. You actually had the ability to add in your own obstacles. It was insane. So, do that, and do one of those, and there we go, do that. What else do we have? A big long strip there, go up a little bit. No, let's do one of those, go up, and one of those, and another, that, and end here, and 2 laps. There we go, 3 laps. So, play mode A. So now, I can actually play my level, which I made, hopefully, if I did it right. Yeah, there we go. So I do that, and then it's like, go down here, and then I can get up here, and then I want to go up on top, and keep going. So, it's actually a really fun game that you'd be surprised once you actually start playing it how addicting it is. It's one of those games that's just really addicting. Okay, so get up here, drop down, hit the little temperature gauge thing, get through these, go here, get down here, get up there, and go over here, and there we go. So you can make that as long as you want. You get your ranking, and really that's about it for the game. It just kind of keeps going and going, and you just do the races. Believe you can. There's 5. Yeah, the 5 tracks, and I think they reset afterwards, though I could be wrong. But as you can see, they don't really change all too much. They do get a little darker and harder to see, but nothing too bad. They do get more challenging, because even there, small little bump really just threw me off. You can't really see the mud puddles at all, but it could be worse. Trudge through there, get up here, and do this, and do that. There we go. Such memories of this game, and not doing very good at it ever. As you can see, I still kind of suck at the game. They have attempted to kind of remake the game in the future. Different Excitebikes. I think Excitebike 64 was one of them for the N64. I've never actually played the newer ones, and I know there was like a newer one that came out on either the DS or the 3DS, I believe. But again, I've never actually played any of those. I've only played the originals, or the original one. And just in general, it is one of the games that made me really like games like Trials Evolution, which is essentially the exact same type of game. It's almost the exact same game. But, so, I got 16th place, didn't even rank on there. Anyway, I'm going to end it here because it just keeps going over and over and over. Through the 5 track sets, I believe, but I'm going to end it here. Fun game. I do suggest anyone picking it up and trying it out if you like those old motorcycle games where you lean back and forth to do stuff, or if you like Trials Evolution, Trials Fusion, to kind of see where the roots of those games really came from. I'm sure there are other games, but Excitebike is the one that I can really think of. Anyway, this has been Ninja Boy, and I will be back later with something else. See you guys then.